Oh, it's not over yet. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and this is going to be a big one. Welcome back to the channel, and glory to Raptoria for our first look at Anno 11.7 Pax Romana continued as we take a look at it just before it releases on November 13th, 2025. Thanks again to Ubisoft for sponsoring today's video, which is going to bring you something I know you all may have already seen but want to see again: more ground war. A lot of people have been asking, does this game have ground combat? Is it just naval? Well, it's got a whole slew of different infantry units and combat defenses, walls, and siege weapons, and also some of those mounted onto ships. So it's pretty cool to launch a naval invasion into a ground invasion and take out an enemy. And that's what we're going to do here today as we continue on with a little bit of a jump back into the past of our sandbox campaign. You may have already seen it live, but if you haven't, today's going to be a great video to watch, and make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Again, check down below in the description for a link to more information on Anno 11.7 Pax Romana and to get it today. All right, let's go ahead and jump in to our latest battle in Anno. Let's go. Well, would you look at that? All of our troops are assembled and ready to rock. We have ourselves a little military training camp here. Plenty of barracks and walls, towers, training areas for horses, and also building areas for our siege equipment. Got ourselves quite a few catapults, a lot of infantry, a lot of cavalry, archers, and more. And if we hit Control Shift R, we can actually zoom in down to the battlefield or wherever and take a look at everything ourselves. We can inspect the troops. If we press 2, we can become one of the troops, and also 3 as well. And we could even fire off one of those fire arrows. Sweet. It's like we can start the Olympics. Well, if the yeah, that looks sweet. All right, boys, listen up. We're going to go ahead and jump onto those ships and let them have it. All right, cool. Sound good? Oh, yeah, we could even change outfits. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and jump back up to the screen here. So this is about 600 different troops that we've trained up, and they're getting ready to go onto the ships that you heard being constructed. This is just a walled military area. We're inside this building. I got a couple of specialists, too, who specialize in training troops faster and also doing so at a discount. So we're able to pull out a lot of manpower. We're going to have the troops walk down here to the shoreline where they're going to get onto a bunch of boats that are nearby standing and waiting. They're being built over here, actually. The naval forces are getting assembled, so we've got a huge amount of ships here that are going to transport our troops and also fire at the enemy forces if and when they come near us, enemy ships, and also enemy defenses in their harbor. So our target then today is in Albian, and you may face this enemy in the actual campaign too. In fact, she's one of the main characters there, Voda, and she is the leader of the I always forget how to say it. I look at the name of it, the Secht. I always forget. It's easy to pronounce, but when I see it written out, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're our enemy, and they must die. So anyway, when we go ahead and pull up here, these enemy ships may start firing at us. She's got a couple of ships, couple, 2, 3 in the harbor, and also, oh, not now, Emperor. She's also got some defenses here on the shore.
Will never be part of your empire.
So she's got some defensive buildings here, a ballista, a couple of towers, couple 2, 3 towers, and also her main building here where she can continuously pump out ships. We're going to land here on this left flank and then make our way up to her first gate, which has tons of troops waiting on the inside. Then she's got a second gate here, and then finally a third gate that has a lot more behind it with chariots, and maybe more troops will come out of these buildings. It is completely and fully destroyable, like we can destruct everything up here. Let's just say violently deconstruct as we have our, not invasion, but a physical discussion with her. So we're going to get over to Albian after we load all these troops up. So let's get back to Latium and do that right now. So all the troops are at an island by the name of Aegis. So we're going to go ahead and get all these troops assembled here nearby. There we are. And have them go down to the old coastline. So here they go. All right, so all of our horses, all of our men, Humpty Dumpty, something again. Yeah, all of our catapults and other equipment are going to get transferred then down the road, and they should assemble then on the shoreline. They'll take, I guess, the easiest way down to the port down here. And we'll get our ships lined up. So we'll get everybody on board, and then we'll head over to Albion. Shouldn't be too long. We'll skip, luckily, the trip over there, which takes about maybe, I think if we did this real time, it would take about 30 minutes. 30 minutes to load up all these ships and get them off the map, and then get about maybe halfway to Albion, and then we'd have to sail from the Albion border once we enter there to her base. So it would take a little bit of time. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in to Albion with all these troops loaded up. and ready to rock. Our naval invasion will soon turn into a full-scale land invasion in just a minute. There goes the troops. Oh, they're getting stuck. And that happens. I've asked a ton of people to go down a very narrow road. So, yeah, we can always, of course, have them flank. That happens.
The soap smells of pure, fresh lavender.
Oh, that's good. I like lavender, ma'am. Thank you. And there they are. The ships for our naval invasion. Tons of troops are loaded onto some of the larger vessels, and some of the smaller ones will provide support both on the shore and at sea as we have to cut through the enemy navy to get a little closer. You can see arrows in the towers there, and some of the oars, ships with oars, maintain a higher minimum speed, but I guess we move as fast as the slowest boat, as we do have to move together in an armada. So inside there, I don't remember how many squads, but again, 600 men for the naval invasion, and then plenty of ships to also fire on the shore too to support the troops as they disembark from these ships. This is going to be, as you saw in the city, I mean, we had a ton of people packed in a very small area. So as you could only picture, the naval invasion on that small coastline is going to take several waves. It's almost like our own D-Day. It's Albian Day.
Your tribe, your verdict.
Ah, she wants ransom. I don't think so. We're going to go deal directly with the threat. Okay, so her island is coming up over here, and we're about ready to turn then to our starboard side and start hitting her hard. She's got a couple of ships here, another one there, and not all these may be armed, so we might not have to worry about them, but that ballista could be a threat. Once we're done with that, we're going to try to land all of our troops and set up a kind of a defensive line after taking out some of these arrow towers too, and then wait for her forces to come down.
We have endured worse things than war. And
then the battle will start here. She's getting fired up. She knows what's coming. Now, what's interesting about this base is they did a great job of designing it in terms of its like self-sufficiency. It looks like there may be like eel farms there, and then they've got like barley and maybe wheat growing up here, and there's tons of defenses, a whole defensive wall around the whole like island. It's a crazy like mountaintop. It's pretty cool. Now there's also a lot of towers up here too that I didn't necessarily touch on. She's got 2 towers here on the sides of the gate, a couple more down the wall, and then a few more up top. Now we should be able to, down here on the beach, be able to fire on some of these towers. So it might be a good idea to, once we hit the beach, stay put until a few of these towers are destroyed. Now we might be able to hit from all the way down here. So anyway, let the naval invasion begin. Let's go ahead and find our fleet and start hitting the shore. So there's our
waiting for your decree.
Landing ships here with a few troops in them.
Will return no blessings.
He knows what's coming.
His wars are only ever a curse.
Tarragon's kind of the nosy neighbor. Now she can still create ships while we're here too, so we'll need to leave some ships inside of the kind of like the port or harbor area. Now what we're looking for here is some ships that have catapults on board. This one here, taxes and fees. You can always be rest assured with taxes and fees being a part of the equation. I've named a couple of these ships. So we're going to hit this shoreline with taxes and fees and probably hit her ballista first so it does minimal damage to the fleet. And we have a pretty good range here. Some of our other ships will start firing on her transport ships or boats or whatever comes out of there.
Is under attack.
And they don't stand much of a chance, really. It begins the full-scale naval invasion of Albion.
What could you possibly require?
There's our flagship, the Victory.
Than to die a slave.
Oh, she's deployed some of her troops. Nope, those are just them marking the forces for us. Okay, let's go ahead and try to hit some of the beaches now under fire. Little D-Day going on here.
One of our troops is under attack.
Wow, and it's raining too. We're gonna fire the catapults.
You make a desert and call it peace.
Sagittari.
Let's get our forces ready here. Archers. Archers ready. And ground troops ready. Oh, there's like a burial chamber in front of us. All right, well, we don't have a lot of room yet. Okay, let's get ready with our next wave. Let's find them. Also make sure these formations are nice and tight. Let's go ahead and land some more catapults now. And of course, there's a whole tech tree on other weapons we could bring to the war. Oh, our forces are responding. We better get everybody else off the boats and on the beach. Where else do we have troops? Here's some more here.
Oh, you calling a donkey?
All right, let's line up the catapults. Okay, she's got a lot of her catapults ready. There's also chariots there. So we'll need our spearmen up front if we have any. To try to deter her cavalry from attacking. And they're already firing catapults down on us. She's about 50% chance to win. Just means we need more reinforcements. We can do this. Go ahead and see where else our forces are. Oh.
Gather arrows.
All right, we're going to push ahead a little bit with our archers. We need to get off this beach. We're sitting ducks with all these towers around. And with those burial chambers in the way, too.
Yeah.
Right about here, maybe? There we go. Oh, we're about to have a big fight. Gets a little tricky when you got all these forces in a very narrow area. As you'd imagine, it's true chaos. Alright, more of our forces have arrived. Now the cavalry is here. Cavalry has arrived, and also more catapults too. So let's get those spread out. And we'll try to hit towers from the beach. And it looks like our cavalry has spears or javelins, I believe. Oh man, she's just waiting for us. She's bringing the rest of her forces over very slowly. They do have the high ground, and they've also kind of got a large area to attack us in too if we advance. Right. They're hitting us pretty good with their forces. Okay, let's go ahead and push in a little closer. Gonna push everything we have ahead and flank them with horses. If there is such a thing as a flank in this very narrow area.
Prepared for anything.
Alright, the battles begin. Look at our archers firing like crazy. There goes our cavalry forward. Really not a lot of options here for a tactical flank. But we're just devastating the enemy. Perfect. We got most of her forces right there. The most difficult forces, the chariots, are out of the way. Let's have another wave of cavalry come up. And also the melee troops.
Oh, you calling a donkey?
Let's go ahead and have the cavalry the catapults start targeting things like, oh, they actually have their own catapult here too. Interesting. Oh, look at this. Not much of a flank here. But we'll try. Yep, closing behind him. Okay, some of our swords are leading. Skaha, that's how you say it. Skaha. It always looks like Scatawatch or something like that. All right, we're almost 50-50. She's still got a pretty good stranglehold on the area. Let's get her towers out of the way. All right, fall back. Now, unfortunately, our troops, we do have an ability to encamp, but there's like no real good area to do it. No flat land. So now we're going to fall back a bit and weaken her forces. But for the most part, everything that she had that was infantry, cavalry, militia has come down here. There's still a few catapults remaining, but for the most part, we'll haul those back. And we lost a lot of cavalry there, but there wasn't really much of a choice for flanking. We still have what's most important, though, which is tons and tons of archers, so we can absolutely reach out and hit her forces very quickly.
New targets.
All right, we're going to keep on firing. Now we're going to try to use all of our catapults at once.
Teach them fear!
There we go. Now the accuracy of these catapults is rather low, so each and every shot counts in terms of one hit landing is a blessing. The wall is now out of the way, the gate is out of the way, and so are her towers. Let's go ahead and push forward a little bit with the archers. They should be able to do some damage here. And I think these are burial chambers, but maybe they're houses or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what they're using those for. Yep, I do want to... I want to hit that tower there. Now, all we need to do in order to win is knock out a large percentage of her towers. So, as long as we keep back, she won't be able to do much against us unless it's a very ranged weapon like the catapult. So, we're going to use the archers here. That's got to be terrifying. Wow, one volley took it out.
Sagittari.
That actually may destroy that unit with one more shot if they can get it. All right, fall back, boys.
I've got a bigger sling.
All right, everybody attack that. We'll have our melee troops here. Now, do we have any more reinforcements in the boats? There could be one more ship full of troops.
A ship is under attack.
Waiting for your decree.
I think we dropped everybody on board. Now, if you're playing the campaign, I believe she has the same number of troops. So if you're going to win a naval invasion, that then becomes a kind of a actual full-scale ground invasion, you're going to need about 600 troops, which required a city of over 10,000. And money that was close to maybe 6,000, that got cut down to about 2 with all the expenses we're paying for these troops. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to fire at all these enemy forces here. Now, what else lies in front of us? A gate, a couple of towers. She might actually be able to create a few more ground units, and she will definitely create some naval units. But as you can see, during our focus on the ground forces, we leveled her little village here. Storehouses, the dock. Some of these buildings seem to have some things in them too. Like, for example, up here, it looks like this is a workshop for maybe making the chariots. Then there seems to be maybe a loot building there. Maybe barley storage, weapons storage. Or these are craftsmen or something like that for weapons and other things like that.
Gather arrows.
I'm not entirely sure. Okay, catapults are still firing. This is kind of a hard target to hit. It's far away, it's at a weird angle, and it's high up on the hill. So they're not going to land too many hits. But when they do, I think maybe if we can land 4 more hits, that thing will die. And we're firing groups of 3 for the most part. So you can see how long that's going to take. Look at these things. You make some really cool screenshots from this. Look at that. That's going to take a bit. Wow, look at the ships down there. That is crazy cool. All the army lined up. And all the troops firing their catapults in the background. I don't think the ships can really help us from here. We do have our ship taxes and fees. Where is that one? We gotta find it. Oh yes, we also have the dominance.
We stand waiting.
Oh, where's taxes and fees? There we are. Alright, I'm gonna try to put taxes and fees over here. See if I can get into that little bay. Oh no, it doesn't look like we can.
Ship is under attack.
So we can't get any closer to attack any of her forces there.
Through the waves.
I'll try to get close though and attack that tower. Wow, we've been firing this whole time. That's crazy. It's that range, you know? It's that distance. We'll see if taxes and fees can hit it from here.
Prepare for war.
So these are actually ship-mounted catapults. Pretty impressive. Let's see what they can do. You may fire when ready. About as much luck. 2 more catapults firing though. This ship does have a specialist in it though that provides 20% more accuracy and 35% more rate of fire. Wow, look at the amount of just damage coming in on that thing. We definitely want that archer to be destroyed. Look at the range of that too. That has an impressive range. This tower essentially can fire here, like right next to her main building. So this thing has a huge area of effect. It goes all the way down here to the water, right down here to taxes and fees. That's crazy. That's going to be the hardest tower to destroy because, again, it's at a weird angle and it's pretty far. We'll let taxes and fees work on that. We got a bigger sling. Let's go work on that other tower. Get everybody lined up. All right, after that, there's 2 more towers here. 2 more towers here, and then another one just to the side of it. And then the main building. I'm sure she's cowering in her bunker now. She's hunkering in the bunker. It's a very pretty building now. In our main campaign playthrough, we're going to be diplomatic with her and talk about our differences and go on side quests. And I think that'll be a much more interesting option. But you got to do this once, right? You got to be able to make all this naval power, all this army, all this, all these weapons, and all this manpower can't just go to waste. You have to have something happen with it. It's like when people get bored in other games and they can make a nuke and they just start dropping nukes. Because, you know, why not? Alright, forces are almost in position. 4 more catapults. Taxes and fees is still firing. Maybe 6 more hits and you'll do it. There they go. A little low on that one, boys. Okay, catapults are almost through. So after that whole battle, we lost all of our cavalry, all of our melee troops, which I think are legionnaires too. Yeah, so they were quite good, but the archers stayed alive because they were able to just like deal with the huge enemy blob that was cutting through our forces, and the horses, if they were able to flank a little better, they would have had a good time. Oh, she sunk one of our ships? Oh, probably a small trade ship. Don't worry, we'll get her back, boys. Oh, nice. Look at those hits. All right, much more accurate at closer range. Beautiful. Well done. Let's see if we can destroy... I bet you we could destroy all these other towers before our ship destroys one of them. That's mostly damaged. Oh, actually, can we hit from there? Oh, they're already getting ready to fire. Look at that. Well, not so accurate, but ooh, oh wow, couple 2-3 big hits there. Hit him again.
Sagittari.
Still working on that tower. I can't believe it. All right. Tower on the right side is eliminated. Now tower on the left over here. Oh boy, here comes. Really interesting how they could fire it up over the edge of that mountain there. Good hit. That one's going to be a miss. Another miss. Oh, maybe it hit. Looked like it might have hit the palisade instead. Let's go into our UI mode. She's down to about a 1/4. Each of these towers almost act as killing a large unit. I think the biggest threat is out of the way, though, any of her infantry. I don't think she's going to deploy more. Okay, let's bring up the bowman. All right, let's blow that gate. Boom. Now, if the palisades that we can build are this strong, that's pretty darn strong. We have some stone walls built in our towns, so hopefully they're like 2 times as strong as these palisades, which are pretty tough. They've been taking a lot of good direct hits. 2-3 more should knock out the gate. There we go. And now into the next tower. I think maybe we'll try to deploy here and hit the closest tower there, which...
Spoonful of trouble.
Actually, we'll try to Hit it there from this side of the lake. What a beautiful island, too. Now, from what I understand, when we take this island and she surrenders, she's permanently defeated unless we call her back. There is a way to make it so that way, I guess, if you were playing multiplayer, everybody has a chance to deal with the pirates on their own if you want to. You could deal with them and then pass it on to a friend, but I'm not sure you get much from this. I feel like you should get a really good specialist or some sort of a bonus for doing it once. Raising an army, coming over here to deal with the pirate problem was great. Wow, we knocked down a building there. Unintentional target. Bring up more of those troops. More of our infantry heading towards the gate.
I've got a bigger sling.
We want to stay out of range of that tower as best we can. But we want to shoot it to death.
Be follow.
Doesn't seem to be targeting it.
Bring it over there.
There we go.
One of our troops is under attack.
They sure are. Kind of a weird angle to attack from. Doesn't look like we can attack anymore. I'm not getting like an attack reticle. I don't know, I must be doing something. Let's get these towers out of the way.
Try it all. Sagittari. Precisely.
Well, I guess we'll see how many losses we can take. I can't figure out how to direct control the troops anymore to attack a tower. Certainly working a second ago. Now what we want to do here is keep the catapults back and have them, you know, attack from range. We got some pretty good accuracy here now. But let's try to see what happens if we deal with the towers. There we go. Oh, now we can attack again. Well, this will be a big loss, but let's just, as an experiment, let's see how our forces fare against the tower. This is a good example of if we were in the enemy shoes and we were being attacked. Here's how quickly they can cut through, archer towers can cut through your forces. It looks like there's also men guarding the gate, too. So they got gate guards and they've also got towers, too. Now we can attack again. Okay. Another tower cut through. We have ourselves troops engaging that other tower there with torches. Without siege weapons, it's nearly impossible to attack a fortified position, even with a simple gate. So it looks like two towers and a gate can do a really good job of holding against a superior force. And imagine if we also had a specialist here, if they had a specialist, and they would be cutting through our forces within seconds. Okay, one more tower to destroy there. Another tower destroyed. Let's hammer this tower here. Then we'll focus everything on the gate. So you can see this kind of range, that's what we want to do. If you can get your forces up to the towers to draw their fire, call forward a few ground melee troops that are like, you know, in front of the tower, like on the ground, in front of it. That'll draw all the shots while your catapults do a lot of the work at a kind of close to medium range. Oh, are there arrows coming out of here too? There are. So the longhouse is defending itself. We're so close to breaking through that gate. Here it comes. Forward, boys. Alright, we've made it through with 2 squads. Pretty crazy how many losses we took. I've done better in a previous attack, but it does seem to come down to really RNG and how you're able to position those cavalry at the start. And of course, to have different cavalry probably would help too. A couple of two, three different factors to deal with that. Alright, let's liquidate all of her buildings and see what happens when she surrenders. Another archer group there. Wow, look at that. And there she is. Destroyed and defeated. That's it. Raider defeated.
Go on. What is one more murdered woman? Others will rise to take my place.
Man, we're not going to murder you. We're just going to charge you an exorbitant amount of taxes and fees for your freedom. We'll call that the price of freedom. Well, there it is. So the island kind of self-destructs itself. And if we click on diplomacy, you can see here that she can be reselected. The other pirate can also be defeated. Queso, in the original island or the main islands, you can, in Latium, have a massive naval force to take him out. I cannot express how insane the fight against him is. I'll put up a video in a few days on that naval fight, but it's got to be like 60 plus ships to get through all of his catapults and ballistas and other things that he's got. So here we can go ahead and click on this button and then have Voda back in. But what's interesting is we can't change her or even the other guys like difficulty if we invite them back. I hope there's more options for that in the future. I'd like to see that. That'd be kind of cool. But that's pretty much everything for there. So we can head back now. It looks like some of our ships were damaged. She was launching ships and trying to, you know, fight off any sort of naval invasion. Maybe even had some reinforcements come in from on the map. But now that she's defeated, even though her forces, her ships may be visible, rarely, in Albion or even Latium, but probably just Albion, they're going to do no harm. They're just going to drive by and they're pretty much neutral now. So that's kind of a cool thing. But a great, very nicely detailed area here for this fight. I hope they end up giving us like more like fortresses to fight and take. I mean, we're the Romans after all, but sieging a fortress just feels so good. And this one doesn't seem like much, but then you realize how many forces were here. But the battle was pretty much over once she stepped outside of her walls and we cracked the first wall and then just started picking apart the towers and whatnot. But she had a big force to go against, so I wouldn't have launched that attack without, you know, so many men. 600. But less than that now. Now what we're going to do is we can actually disband these troops, right? So we can go ahead and click disband and get all of our money back. Let's just pretend we brought all of our troops back to, you know, Latium, and now we got all the forces back and deployed or whatever.
On about how diplomacy is so difficult, but it looks like we agree on everything anyway.
Dorian's mad.
Potential here.
Oh, and improved relations. Oh, really? Okay. Sometimes it has the opposite force.
Level playing field.
Oh, there you go. Inferior army size. All right, so if we also disband all these ships too, it's pretty impressive. We can get. We went from like what 2K. We can't. We have to sell these ships, but we could destroy them. Oh no, our ships sunk. Oh no, our navy. Oh, they got destroyed now. So yeah, you can see our money going up to almost 5K from all that. It'll level out. It'll buff out. It's totally fine. What a great fight. I hope to see these types of battles against players, and I think it'll be even crazier because with players, you'll first have to fight their navy, then their defenses at the harbor, and then some players could really set up a really crazy defense with walls that interlock and towers everywhere, and of course those specialists too that make towers and gates fight even more fierce. Now, towers and gates are automatically already manned, so you don't have to do much more other than just supply a ton of manpower for that too. On some of our other islands, we had to go up to like 2K just to get enough men to be able to make an army, and a whole different island had to make all the ships for this invasion. So 2 cities involved in a full-scale invasion in Anno 11.7. Outstanding. All right, well, again, folks, that's all the time we have for today. So thanks again to Ubisoft for sponsoring today's episode of Anno 11.7 Pax Romana. I hope to see you all back for more. Again, link down below in the description will get you where you need to go to get the game today. Again, remember, releasing on the 13th of November, 2025. What a time to be alive. I'll see you all back soon and more episodes on the channel. So again, thanks for subbing, following, liking, commenting, and doing everything that makes you all awesome. I'll see you all soon for more. Thanks again for being here and watching Anno 11.7. Goodbye, everybody.